Eleonora's Poleblade is not just a bleed weapon, it is the bleed weapon. With bleed buildup and weapon AR both scaling off the arcane stat, you'd be hard pressed to name many more weapons with greater bleed buildup. This bleed buildup and the crazy Ash of War is a great recipe for a powerful status inflicting build. The weapon is a twin blade, which is easily the goofiest weapon class in the game. The R1 attacks are quick and hit twice per button press. The second hit of these attacks will do most of the damage and stagger of the attack. The R1s will be most of your attacks, followed by using the Ash of War. Eleonora's Poleblade has a really flashy, exclusive R2 attack. Your character holds the weapon in one hand and spins with the weapon into the heavy attack. While the attack looks as fun as having a 3-person dorm room to yourself freshman year, it gets overshadowed by the other parts of this weapon's moveset. The highlight of this moveset for sure is Bloodblade Dance. The move starts with a couple of hits that coat the blades in blood and continues with several fast attacks as you spin forward in a huge flurry of attacks. The move also has an optional follow-up attack. Press the Ash of War button again as the attack is ending, and you'll execute a couple more slices before sliding away to a safe distance. This evasive maneuver is useful in some situations, but it's often safer just to finish up Bloodblade Dance and dodge that next incoming attack. Whether it's the R1, R2, or Ash of War attack, you're going to be inflicting a lot of bleed and landing a lot of hits. At the 51 Arcane I had at level 150, I had 79 bleed buildup. Anything remotely weak to bleed or fire damage will not be in your way for long. To pump our AR up even further, we need to boost our successive attack power. Millicent's Prosthesis, Rotten Wing Sword Insignia, and the Thorny Cracked Tear will all work well for this purpose. We can also boost our damage every time we proc a blood loss. In my build, I used the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. You can also equip the White Mask. I personally didn't because I didn't like the way it looked with my armor. Finally, Bloodblade Dance is a great move and we're going to be using it a lot. We can easily inflict blood loss and get in multiple hits with it. Using the Shard of Alexander wraps this whole build together nicely around a great Ash of War. For our stats, we had 60 Vigor, 15 Mind, 35 Endurance to light roll with my armor, 36 Dexterity, that gets pumped to 41 with Millicent's Prosthesis, and 51 Arcane to get 79 bleed buildup on our weapon. Before we get to the conclusion, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy my build videos. If you have suggestions for any future videos, be sure to leave them in the comments below or in the Discord linked below. Bleed will always be great in Elden Ring, and this is one of the best weapons to capitalize on that fact. If you need something with more bleed than your average blood-infused weapon, but don't feel like resorting to something like Rivers of Blood, Eleonora's Poleblade is your best bet.